Today, the record-long trial in the case of eutrophication of Bifjorden has ended. We have exclusive footage from the courtroom. Here is Judge Jonathan Crane introducing the case. Nitrogen has somehow found its way into Bifjorden, which makes algae grow faster and larger than usual. There is harsh competition for light, and a lot of algae die. Decomposer bacteria arrive in huge numbers, and they use old oxygen for respiration.
This leads to the death of many marine animals and plants.
There are 4 suspects, and they are presented by District Attorney Harvey Dent. Pollution is the first one, because cars and factories release too much nitrogen into the atmosphere, which later reaches waterways and in turn Bifjorden. Sewage, because it is released into Bifjorden by the municipal authorities without sufficient removal of nitrogen. Agriculture is the third suspect, and agriculture might release nitrogen into Bifjorden in different ways. One is excess nitrogenous fertilizers, which can't be picked up by the soil, where the spare nutrients go out in Bifjorden. Another is the loading of grain in the silos of Uddevalla Harbour, where some of the grains leak out into the fjord. Lastly, boats, because they release the contents of their septic tanks into Bifjorden. The onboard treatment plants can't fully purify their sewage products, and therefore nitrogen-rich waste flows into Bifjorden. Expert witness Daniel Hansson testified in front of the court over video link from his research ship Bifjorden in the fjord Bifjorden. He attested that the loading of grain in the harbour is the main reason for eutrophication. The jury decided, after hours of deliberation, that all suspects but boats are guilty to some degree. Due in large part to Hansson's testimony, agriculture receives the most severe punishment, a fine of 2 well-bred horses and 3/4 of a fox. Pollution is sentenced to 3 minutes of community service, while the chief of the sewage system is forbidden to use post-it notes on Fridays. These sentences have all been accepted by experts and laymen alike as fair and balanced.
Now, debate is starting about possible ways to solve the problem of eutrophication in Bifjorden, and in rivers and oceans at large. Suggestions include measures like limiting the use of artificial fertilizers, demanding better sewage treatment, and increased filtering of polluting gases. But there is already too much nitrogen in the waters around the world, and more will no doubt be released despite all these ideas. Therefore, geoengineering projects are discussed as well, such as directly removing nitrogen from seabeds. Another, less expensive and more feasible suggestion is pumping oxygen-rich water from the surface down to the depths of the ocean. This would counter the effects of decomposer bacteria using all the oxygen, and fish, other animals, and plants would not die due to lack of oxygen.